How's it going, guys? It's Poetry Set, and welcome back to another episode of the Lotharingian Legacy campaign, where we are busy trying to deal with our, coalition here that we declared on. I forgot, I called it Lotharingiana, because I looked up and Clodovig was like the old form of Louis, or what the origin of it, so it's Lotharingiana. Oh, you know, it's the worst, I know, I'm the worst, but, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, I actually kind of feel like if we could get more of British Mexico, like just get a fort there, that'd be pretty good, pretty useful. Oh man, this is just such chaos. I mean, like, our armies are so numerous that we're not really even having an issue. Like, look how many armies I have just in here alone, like a massive amount. But someone also, by the way, I always forget to like look at who the names are. I forget who put different things in the comments. Someone put a suggestion or an idea or a kind of a request for something we should do before the end of the game here that I thought was a good idea, which is we should fight the Ottomans, and I do want to. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't really found a chance or time that seemed good for it. I do want to get the rest of like the Hungarian land back for them, and I think we also want to vassalize Greece and then just feed them all the Greek cores, and that would be beautiful. Okay, we're just hoping to get this siege before they get this siege. Basically, none of our other sieges are under risk really. What are we actually going to do in this coalition war, you might ask? Well, I have actually no idea. I didn't really think about that. Oh god, we're still working on Saxony? That one's been going on for so long. Alright, that's fair. Alright, we're hoping for that one. Is actually the... We got it. Look at that. Look at that, boys. So, you get 100 prestige for doing this. So what we should do is... divert trade in all of our dudes now. Trying to like enforce religion on people. Yeah, enforce religion on people. That's good. And anyone who is not the right religion will be. And then also that means that wow, we still don't really have any problems. So here we'll placate local rulers as much as we can. Right, like that seems fine. Then you hit the button to dismantle the HRE. We've dismantled the HRE. Look at that. Beautiful. Immediately we can rank up to Duchy and to Empire. We are now a cultural union of French, which is amazing. So we have no issues with all or any of the French land now. Beautiful. Yeah, that's gonna definitely make us somewhat more formidable too. Money and everything will increase. Manpower will increase. Everything will increase. As a result of doing this. So that's definitely a good thing to do. That's really all I wanted out of this whole war. I actually might just peace out. I might actually just peace out now because I don't really care to fight the coalition long term. Like that's the thing. We could take more land, sure, but you know. I don't know. Oh yeah, we did lose Protestant Empire from that. That's funny. Okay, let's try to make it over here. I feel like we should keep going a little while longer. Because, well, I don't know. Let's just hang in here for a bit. How about that? As long as we're getting more war score, it's not really going to be a big deal. Gosh darn it, what is blocking the path here? Memmingen. München, okay, which is Munich. There's no reason not to use the endonym. I can't ever remember the terminology for it. There's a, so let's see, what is it? Obviously, if you've watched me, you know I'm a language nerd, so let's see. I think. What's it called? So toponyms are names for places, but an endonym is specifically a name that is endonym is a name used for a place from that place, within that place, right? So like Japan is not an endonym. I don't even know if is it endo or is it like? Hold on, let me look this up. I don't want to lie to you guys. Yes, an endonym or an autonym. I knew there was another name. And then an exonym. Endo versus exo, yeah. So an endonym is the name used within a place to describe that place or to refer to that place. And a exonym is used outside of that place to refer to that place. And obviously places can have both, right? And so, for instance, Japan is one where the exonym is Japan in English. The English exonym for Japan is Japan. Let's see. Why don't we bring you down here? So if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, by the way, I'm trying to figure out a way to... I'm trying to block them into Italy, all these guys into Italy, so they have nowhere else to go. And then I can focus the people outside of Italy, and then focus the people inside of Italy all at once. Because if we can do that, I think we can actually win this war, like, handily. Anyways, and we're going to try. So an endonym and an endonym is different... so is used within a country. The endonym for Japan is Nihon, or I believe also Nippon. I think there's variation. And there's other terms as well, I'm pretty sure. And Nihon, of course. So there's a whole thing where Japan is like the land of the rising sun, right? And I actually took a couple semesters of Japanese, which basically means I speak nothing, because a couple semesters of Japanese and then nothing else is not enough to have any real knowledge of the language. It was more of an elective for me, basically. I was done with my degree, literally basically done. I just had to do 2 required courses that were only offered 2 different semesters for my undergrad degree. So I basically knew, I was basically like, well, I got room in my schedule, might as well take something that interests me. Decided to take a Japanese class, and I did for both of those semesters, and it was very, very fun, very cool. It was difficult. It was very difficult, but it was also very fun. And I would love to continue in the future, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time in my schedule to do that anytime soon. We'll see. But I did like, honestly, for no other reason, even if for no other reason, I did enjoy I really did enjoy the history lessons that I sort of had as a result of being in the class. One of the professors wasn't necessarily like super into both of the professors were Japanese, and one of the professors especially was really quite into teaching the history of Japan as part of the course, which I definitely found very fascinating. Not all of Japanese history, obviously that's a lot, but like, for instance, we I didn't know until I took this class that apparently Japan has an imperial calendar that is used simultaneously with the Gregorian calendar. So there's and it's based off of I'm talking a little bit on my ass, because I definitely learned this, but I've forgotten it, and it wasn't like a required learning thing anyways. But I believe that it's like it was like based on the reign of the Emperor of Japan, right? So it's like it's like year 1 of the calendar is the reign of the emperor, the first year of the reign of the current emperor, and then it resets every time there's a new emperor. I believe that is how it works. I could be mistaken, but anyways, oh god, I was gonna go somewhere. So yeah, so the same professor, he was really cool the way he taught kanji. So kanji, if you don't know, are the more complex characters that represent ideas and stuff and full words rather than just sounds. So, and there's overlap between them. It's a fairly complex thing, but basically, there's several different writing systems in Japanese. There's katakana, hiragana, and kanji. Hiragana are like the kind of base level ones that are used to represent syllables and sounds, and they're phonetic. Okay, this is what we need to do. Kanji are the ones that are so katakana are used to represent katakana are used to represent, like, I don't know, there's different... Katakana are not used nearly as much. They're used for, like, foreign words, loan words, stuff like that. And there's some other situation which katakana are used, but mostly, like, loan words and stuff, representing foreign words, things like that. And then there's kanji, which are mostly, I think, taken from Chinese characters, although I think some are Japanese specific as well. But they're taken from Chinese and based off of Chinese symbols, and represent more of ideas. And so, like, the also, it's I don't know how did we even get to talking about Japan when we're playing in Europe here, but anyways, so not that's a bad thing. I love talking about all this sorts of stuff. But yeah, so the Oberpfalz, good. You know what we should do? So, like, we have enough to keep Italy hemmed in now. Let's now come up here and deal with this. And Britain still hasn't really done anything. Spain hasn't really done anything, so we're fine. We're doing fine. So I remember, so if you look at Nihon, and I'm going to actually look this up so I don't lie to you guys. So the Nihon kanji, the first one is, so if I remember correctly, let's see if I remember. I'm not going to look it up. Alright, so the first one is like a rectangle with two partitions in it, and the second one looks kind of like a tree or something. And so the way I remember it is, actually, I thought it was really, really interesting. So the first one is, I believe, the symbol for the sun. I believe. Oh God, now I'm gonna look it up because I'm like, I hope I'm. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So it's this. It is. It means the sun, right? And I think I remember, like, the way, like, I really liked my second semester Japanese professor because he definitely put it in terms that made it about the idea of what it means, which is kind of the point, right? So, so he would put, so he was talking about, and he would be like, you know, think about like a sun rising through a window, because it kind of looks like a window, like a two-pane window. And I thought that was a really nice way to think about it, and it helped me remember it. And then the second one, which again is it's like a cross, but then two lines spreading out diagonally from like the center point, so it looks kind of like a tree or something. And I believe that one means, I think it means several things, as a lot of kanji do, but it means like, I think root. I think it means root, and it also then is like used, or it's like the base used for like paper and tree and other stuff. Like, it's related to other kanji. I don't really remember exactly, and so if there's Japanese people watching or people who know Japanese, they can probably tell me. But like, it basically means like root, which then relates to like paper and stuff like that. But then, so it's kind of the root of the sun, land of the rising sun, right? And I think that's, when I learned that, I was like, whoa, like my brain was just blown, mind blown. Right? I think that's pretty cool, though. That it represents land of the rising sun, and you hear that as a Western, you'll hear people say, like, land of the rising sun, but then actually finding out that like the symbols literally mean that, and like and not just the symbols, but like the words themselves literally mean that. So Japanese was very, very difficult to learn even the baseline of, but it was extremely, I don't know, satisfying to also learn about it. So this is a rough battle. I'm just gonna hope we can win that. I'm not even gonna bother bringing in reinforcements. Yeah, I mean, so we're actually gonna win this battle. Like, actually win. I don't care about the colonial stuff. This is obviously falling apart over here. Whatever, does not matter. As long as we can, and if anything, that's fine, because that means that like we're gonna reset truces with these guys, and then they can probably not rejoin in the future. We hope. For now, yeah, this is fine. Like, we are going to. Uh-oh. I might actually win that. Oh, come on. Yo, we won. Let's go. So yeah, like I want to make sure we get it, though. Yeah, and so what we're going to do is we're going to slowly push down the Italian peninsula here and squeeze them all in until we can destroy all of these armies. That's what we're going to do. That'll be a massive amount of war score. We can, like Spain, I'm not really worried about. Everyone in Britain, I'm not really worried about. Colonial stuff, I'm not worried about. So it's just these people. The only other people that we really need to worry about before that, before we can really fully win this war, are like the Venetian and Croatian provinces over here and the Austrian stuff. So that's going to be my goal. And like there's a couple armies that escaped early on. I'm going to let my vassals handle most of that, honestly. In fact, why don't I put them on like defensive duty? That's probably good for right now. So, I think what we do is let's see, we should also bring armies over to these forts that we currently don't occupy. I'll bring you over here. Why don't we, so I would love to bring you into Salzburg, but I think we need to get Landshut first. Are you kidding me? I still haven't gotten that fort. Alright, yeah, bring you guys in here. Alright. And yeah, once we can get Italy locked down, I think that'll be beautiful. I think if we can get like a stack pipe here, that'd be amazing. Okay, I was like, where did my galleys go, by the way? I know they were in battle earlier, but Persian said, I'm going into battle. Alright, that's an old meme. Alright, let's see. Man, that's from a different era of YouTube. That was like from the, oh god, what was it called? Like YouTube Poops era? Just short videos that were just like memes, basically. Oh man. Oh man. I remember the first time I ever interacted with YouTube at all. Oh, what did we get governing capacity from? Oh, we have more max absolutism, by the way, from having Crownland, High Crownland. That's good. Armagnac has a manufacturer. You know, let's do this before I forget, because it takes a long time to build. Let's see. I remember the first time I learned about YouTube. Like when I was introduced to it, I remember one of my cousins introduced me to it. One of my cousins who yeah, he was always one of my closer cousins and stuff. We were about the same age. He's about like half a year younger than me, half a year older than me. I think it's a little older than me, but like we're basically the same age. And so he and I have always been close. So my cousin, he introduced me to this. He's a funny guy, and he introduced me to YouTube with ASDF movie. I'm pretty sure that's the first I ever watched. The first video I ever watched on YouTube was ASDF movie. You know, good old me videos. And thus a legend was born. No, I'm just kidding. You know, and so it's kind of, yeah, YouTube has come a long way since then, and certainly I have as well. Yeah, I don't think I ever could have guessed that I would be doing YouTube videos like 10 years after watching that. So, yeah, interesting stuff, huh? Interesting stuff. So we're gonna move into Italy here. Yeah, we're gonna just start moving into Italy here. We're gonna see if we can win this war, like actually win it with a decent lead, a decent, you know, a decent amount. I mean, so we are getting ticking war score. That's one thing to consider. And it hasn't even been that long. It's only been like 3 years or so of this war. I know it seems like it's been a lot longer, but that's just because we are in a, going on speed 2 for this whole war. We have been going at speed 2 for the entire war, so, which I think is actually fine, by the way. Like that's what you want to do in wars like this, where it's so complex it spans multiple continents. Although I've really only been focusing on still. The Spanish army again, it still hasn't really done much. Oh, I also noticed, I was looking before the video started, Catalonia has permaclaims on all of Spain, so that's beautiful. Liberty Desire and same continent subject seems good. By the way, we do have an institution that it hasn't spawned yet. So it's 1750, but because we don't have any furnaces, I guess it can't spawn, and maybe no one has any furnaces. I do have furnaces, though, so I don't know why. It has at least 3 trade bonuses. Okay, so maybe none of my coal ones... Hold on, let's actually look, because I would love to try to spawn this. There is a backup, though, so if it doesn't spawn by 1760... then it will spawn in the highest trade value node in the world. So they kind of have a backup. But here, let's try to... Where do we have... What does it mean, 3 trade bonuses? I don't understand that. Metz is a trade center. Do we have a... We have a trade... We have a trade depot. We have this. And how would I get another trade bonus? Like, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what that means. Like, sure. Yeah, no, I guess I just don't understand what it means, trade bonus. Like, do I need to upgrade the trade thing to level 3? I'll do that if we can after this. I think I do. I've only upgraded like 1 or 2, I think, so. We'll see. What is the battle here? I don't want to go there. No, please don't go there. Please actually don't go to any of these. These are... It's actually a little bit of a rough situation. You know, there's a lot of boys here, huh? Yeah, I think they're on to me now. They've realized what I'm trying to do. Oh, okay. Milan just got pieced out of their war. Good, which means I can hopefully get this back immediately. I actually will bombard that, or assault it rather. Because it only had 700, which is a bit still. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't know. Let's just chill here for a bit. Okay, when the siege of Krakow, or the Battle of Krakow rather. I could piece Saxony out. There's actually not much reason not to, but what would I take? I could vassalize Saxony. Actually, might not be terrible. Might not be a terrible idea. I think I will, because again, that flips the power in our favor more. One less person to join coalitions against us in the future. One more person for us to use against the coalitions in the future. Maybe just vassalize everyone. Like, I'm joking, but also not. Well, no, we can't do that because we can't separate piece out people. We could vassalize, like, 3 people, maybe. Which would still be fine, but, like, no, that's not what we want to do. That's silly, though. Alright, I don't want to do that battle, actually. I have decided... Again, once we can get... There's a couple armies outside of Italy messing with us, not a big deal. We mostly just want to focus on keeping them trapped in Italy. If we can keep them trapped in Italy, we can push in and get a bunch of war score from battles. We can literally wipe out their whole armies. And because of the fact that Britain is bad at the game, they're scrubs, they will never bring troops over. Spain is broken, like brain dead, like almost certainly actually brain dead. The colonial stuff, they'll never make it over here. Like, I doubt they would even try to, because even though they have won a total victory over here, my subjects are still pestering them, right? Look at that. My subjects are still pestering them, and so they're always going to be sieging stuff back and forth. So yeah, really, we can keep going here with this war, and we might as well. That's the other thing, right? Crushing the coalition is difficult, but if you can do it, it's not the worst thing in the world to do. Okay, I don't know what happened there. There's a siege of Nitra. Nitrogenous acid. Let's see. There's Genoa. And so the idea is that we can slowly but surely inch our way forward here. And here's where I'm not sure, like, what do we want to do with that? I kind of feel like we should try to let them take one of these battles if they're willing. I don't know, dude. That's the problem. Now that they're starting to bring armies up here to contest, it's a little harder. But I think it should still be fine. We have so much manpower, by the way, so like that's the other thing. I'm not really worried at all about this situation. So that's, yeah. I think we should try to lure them into Genoa. I want them to bring in more, right? I want them to bring in more troops. I would be thrilled if they brought in more troops. And now we bring in the full force of this fully operational Death Star. I'm sorry. Alright, no, I mean, that's good. They're not going to reinforce anymore, so I'm not going to go in there. We stack wiped them, look at that. And now, if we can, they seem to have given up some ground to me, so let's try to move in. The problem, of course, is that a lot of these places are farmlands now, right? But once we get them past the valley here and into the boot, then we'll be good. If we can lure them away into the, yeah, and further into the boot. Could be difficult, but if we can do that, it'll be good. Bohemia looks like they pieced out separately, or they pieced out their war with Austria, which is beautiful. I'm gonna real quick get those sieges back, so that's not really an issue. A 1-3-3 air. You know what? That's not a good air, and I have plenty for siege, so get the heck out of here, bud. Again, new coalition joining. Don't care. Not really, at least. All these people are already in this war. What do we do now? Well... let's move in here to Mantua. And we can move out of the mountains now. We do need to at some point, so might as well do it now. Oh, that's a good general. I mean, all of our generals are good, and we're constantly at war, so it's not really going to change anytime soon. Might as well bring you two down here. That might be good. Interesting. I mean, yeah, I kind of feel like, if anything, let's go in here. And I want to bring you into Parma next, that way we can hold there. That's actually a pretty good spot to hold, too. Yeah, they're running. They know they can't win that battle in the hills. Oh, one of them made it out. Oh, you lucky bastards. Ferrara is now ours. Okay, now we've pushed them back. And now it gets easier. This was the widest point, right? It's kind of interesting, right? It's kind of like a fluctuating, or like a inverse hourglass? I don't know. Like there's in a sort of metaphorical sense, there is like choke points, right? A bunch of choke points, and so it's narrow. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entrances to Italy in the north, right? So it's narrow. Then it widens out, and there's a huge like possibility of ways, and most of the land here is not defensible, and so it's kind of hard to push in and keep the enemy contained. But then once you get past that, then it once again is very narrow, with only 3 or 4 provinces wide the entire way across, which means that you can keep it once again contained like at the front end. So it's kind of interesting. Even though it's much wider at the beginning, it's still more contained than it gets, and then it gets more contained again once again. Yeah. And now look at this. We have double stacked up along all these ways here. This is where we start to make our progress, and where the war will really start turning in our favor, I believe. In fact, like, this is enough armies here, more than enough, to the point where I'm going to take the rest of these. I'll leave one here in Treviso to keep Venice blocked in there, and then we should take our armies and go somewhere. Go like, I don't know, like over here, for instance. Yeah, like I feel like that'll work. We should also take, I think, you guys, try to get to Goldingen. Like they're sieging down. These guys are still sieging me down up here. That's annoying. Might be able to reach them. We'll see. Spain is still doing fine, or we're still doing fine in Spain, rather. Colonial stuff not going so hot, obviously, but again, that's fine. We knew that was going to be the case. Swedish separatists and Spanish separatists, huh? Okay. I could probably at some point handle moving an army to deal with that. It's a bit unfortunate. And you can see like all the stuff above here. Oh, Austria's not actually sieged yet. I was about to lie and say everything was sieged. We should go siege Breslau at some point. Alright, let's see what we can do. Alright, yeah, no, I think this is fine though. You're gonna go over there to Spalato. And these guys will... Oh, these guys are going to run somewhere. That's interesting. Maybe we should take the... hold on. We can block off there. Why don't we try to... come over here? I feel like that might be where they're running. Either that or here? Oh, they're moving to Lienz. Linz? Wait, what is it? Lienz. Okay, tell you what, this video's gone on fairly long, so I'm gonna go wrap up here. Thank you guys for watching. Please go and leave a like and subscribe for more if you've enjoyed, and we'll come on next episode and finish up this war. See you then.